All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to 5 Minutes of Math. This is Mr. Lunsford. And as a special thank you to all of the people out here looking at the YouTube and working along with me, I'm going to drop some silent but deadly ones. And I'm talking about videos here. Every time we have a pop quiz, I'm going to put a review up the night before. And there's one right now. So as a thank you to the people out there working with me, you all go and check out some of the questions I'm going to ask tomorrow on the quiz, and good luck with all of them. So you see the questions, you'll see the answers show up. You won't hear me speak, but you will see some of the questions and the answers that go with them. So y'all go take a look at that. All right, let's get started with number 5. Okay, so here's our chart. All of these problems have to do with combining like terms on both the left and right side of the equation. So this problem is 2a plus 21 equals 8a minus 9. 2a plus 21, subtract or minus 21, equals 8a minus 9 minus 21. We're going to subtract 21 from both sides to get that 2a by itself. So we have 2a equals 8a minus 30. But now what do? We have to get those a's on the other side. So let's go ahead and subtract 8a. What that will do is force all of our variables onto the left side of our equation. And we have 2a minus 8a gives you negative 6a, and the 8a's on the right side cancel out. So negative 6a equals negative 30. Now we've got an easy problem to solve. This is just a basic division problem. So negative 6a divided by negative 6 equals negative 30 divided by negative 6. That's the division property of equality. A is equal to 5. All right. So moving on. This is number 6. And we are going to get that variable by itself. And we have negative 4p minus 3 equals 2 plus p. So the first thing we're going to do is move our constants over to one side. And what I'm going to do here is move that 3, get rid of that 3 on the left-hand side and move it to our right-hand side. Negative 4p minus 3 plus 3 equals 2 plus p plus 3. What we get is negative 4 times p equals p plus 5. Now I'm going to move the p variable over onto the left side of the equation. So negative 4p minus p equals p plus 5 minus p. Now we have negative 5p equals 5. You see what I did? We moved the p over to the left-hand side, and all of our constants are on the right. Now, again, we've got a basic division operation that we're going to use to solve it. Negative 5 times something equals 5. Simply divide both sides by negative 5. That's the division property of equality. And p equals negative 1. And don't forget to plug in your answers to check your work. You can always check to see whether you're right or wrong. Okay, here we are. We have number 7. You notice I've used a little more space for this one, and you'll see why in a minute. Okay, so this is a word problem. We have easy car rentals, and we're looking at one day. $40 is the base charge plus 25 cents per mile. So we're going to go with 40 plus 0.25 M. And here we have Ace Rent-A-Cart, $25 plus 45 cents per mile. So that's 25 plus 0.45 M. And they want to know how many miles it takes so that you end up spending the same thing at both places. I used to hate problems like this. So all you have to do is set each part of this equal to each other. So set the easy car rental equation equal to the Ace Rent-A-Car equation. So we have 40 plus 0.25 M minus 25 equals 25 plus 0.45 M minus 25. We're going, and what that will do is get our constants onto the left-hand side of the equation. Now we're looking at the m's. So what we're going to do here is subtract 0.25 m from both sides of the equation, and we'll end up with 15 equals 0.2 m. All right. And all we did was combine like terms. So once we figure out that word problem, set the equations equal to each other, and slide our terms around, that's when we end up with the problem we can actually solve. So 15 equals 0.2 m. Divide both sides by 2/10, and that's the division property of equality. So it's 15 equals 0.2 times something, 75. 75 is our answer for that question. Moving on to number 8. All right, so our problem here looks like 7a plus 10 equals 2a. Well, this time we only have to combine like terms with a single movement. And we have 7a on both sides. All we're going to do is subtract from the side with a constant on it. Now, could you subtract 10? You could, but that would end up giving you an extra step in your problem. So I'm just going to subtract 7a from both sides. And we have 7a plus 10 minus 7a equals 2a minus 7a. Then we have 10 equals negative 5 times a. Again, this is just a division step that we need to use to solve it. That's the division property of equality. And we're going to find out that negative 2 is a. All right, negative 2 is our variable. Going on to number 9. And right here, you're going to see that we have variables on both sides of the equation, but the constant's only on one side. The fastest way to get that constant by itself is to subtract 8x in this case. This is 11x equals 24 plus 8x. So in our next step, we go 11x minus 8x equals 24 plus 8x minus 8x. You subtract, you end up with 3 times x equals 24. And this is how we're combining our terms in this particular problem. So 3 times something equals 24. And you all learned that math fact a long time ago. 24 divided by 3 equals 8. So in this case, x is equal to 8. All right. I hope that made sense. Thank you all for listening. I will talk to you very soon. Have a good night.